Hello everyone, today we're going to discuss about section 17 that deals with direction for accumulation. Section 17 deals with what you cannot do directly, you will not be allowed to get the same by doing something indirectly. It is another mode of perpetuity. Accumulation means gathering or collecting or acquiring some income. So section 17 fixes a limit for income to accumulated, that is till the owner's life or till 18 years from the transfer, whichever is longer. The principle of section 17 is based on an English case, that is Theluson versus Woodford. In this it was held that the policy of law is to prevent the storage of wealth for an unreasonable period. It also regulates the period for which the vesting of the property may be postponed, and accumulation of income should not be permitted beyond the period for which the vesting may be deferred. I have divided the section into the following points. So now let's go through the sections to the points. First one is terms of the transfer of property. Directs that the terms of the transfer of property directs that income arising from the property shall be accumulated wholly or in part, wholly or partly. The accumulation will be valid up to two cases: life of the transferor or period of 18 years from the date of transfer, whichever is longer. It will be valid only in these two cases, and anything beyond these two cases, anything beyond such period is void. After the end of such periods, property and income shall be disposed of as if the duration for accumulation period has been elapsed. So this is all about this section. Now let's see an example. Suppose there has been a transfer to A. The direction is he shall collect and accumulate the rent for 18 years. If A dies 10 years after the direction, then accumulation will be effective till 18 years, as 18 years period from the date of transfer is longer period. And if the transferor dies 30 years after the direction, then accumulation will be effective till his death, that is 30 years. This is the longer period than the 18 years. Another point, a direction for accumulation may be implied as well as expressed. So now let's see the exceptions to this rule of accumulation. Firstly, accumulation for the payment of debts. The direction for payment of debt or transfer or provisions for the accumulation of income for that purpose for however a long period are not only exempted from the statutory restriction on accumulation but also do not infringe the rule against perpetuities. Such a provision does not tie up property absolutely so as to prevent it being transferred absolutely, because the creditor may at any time insist on payment or the person indebted can at any time pay off the debt. The debts may be existing debts or contingent liabilities to arise in the future. This must be paid out of the income and it must be in good faith. Second exception, accumulation of income for making provision of portions. So what is portion? Portion means any shares or points to raise something out of something else. It may be for the benefit of the children or a group of children. It does not apply to making of additions of income to capital in order to increase the capital for the person to whom it is given. Third exception is preservation and maintenance of property. This section 17 will not apply in the preservation and maintenance of houses or preserving some monuments, ancient monuments or etc. Fourth exception is public charities. Section 17 would not apply if accumulation of income is for the benefit of the public as given in section 18. It is also valid in Hindu law and also valid in Waqfs under Muhammadan law. So this is all about section 17 of the TP Act. Hope you will like it. Please like and subscribe the video.